All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's market update. We're going to do a brief review of BTC and ETH. Not a whole lot has changed since Monday. So, yeah, we'll try to keep this one pretty short. Again, if you haven't already checked out my website, please take a look at it. We have an excellent market dashboard, and it's also where you can find all of my tutorials, especially the one on risk management for those of you who are interested in that risk management tool. It's available for download here. Okay, so with that said, let's go take a look at the charts. Yeah, so I've been getting like I get like a handful of messages, and this isn't like uncommon. This happens all the time, where like we're kind of getting some of these, this let me double check something here, yeah, where we're getting like we've shorted, like for example, like on ETH, we shorted here. Added some shorts here, took profit here, here, and again here, and now we're back up to sort of like our entry zone. So like people are saying, hey, are we has the plan changed? Should we be bullish? Should we be looking for long? Should we be adding to our shorts? And like really, nothing's really happened, right? I mean, at the end of the day, since since last Wednesday, price has just been in this range here, right? That's it. Okay. And there is some degree of like an inverse head and shoulders here. I typically don't like to trade those because I think they're extremely obvious patterns that everybody wants to trade. With this area here as resistance and otherwise like the neckline. Okay. So like until like the only thing that would get me to flip my bias, I mean, you guys know I have my stop loss up here. Until I'm taken out of that stop, like I'm not closing my trade. I'm not changing my plan. My plan is that I will not get stopped out here before price goes down here. Right? And so far that's worked out, taking profit at the midline multiple times. Right? So we've made money on this trade. It's worked out well. Trade has not been invalidated. Price has not, gotten up to that stop loss. So when I'm getting these messages in the Discord and people are curious, like, oh, has the plan changed? Like, what's, I see that it's pumping, like price is pumping again, but like, really, is it pumping? No, it's it's just stuck in the small range here. That's it. And what do we do with range trades? Well, we trade them, right? In this one, we're looking for sort of an extended move down. So we'll take a step back here. I want to look at BTC. So again, one of the trade setups I posted was to long this wedge here, as well as the bottom of the channel. We've broken out of that. I personally think that this is going to be a deviation. I'm not really, all right, so I'll put it to you this way. If price comes down here and we bounce and we continue to the upside, that's not a problem. And why is that not a big deal? Because we have a plan. We have a short trade plan for that zone, for a move up to this area, right? And we can sort of adjust this and figure out how we want to do it and whatever. But like we have plans for this area up here. If we blow past our area of our entry, if we blow past this and continue up, we even have a plan for up here for taking a short at the top of this range, right? So we have multiple, plans in the works here that until price reaches these areas of interest, like I have no, I'm not going to take any trade, right? I'm not changing my plans. We have, let's take a look here. We have, so we have our wedge long. I'm going to go ahead and folder some of these. We have our wedge long here. We've taken this position already. We've already taken this one. And oddly enough, this trade is actually giving us another entry, which is very interesting. Very interesting. So this one I drew out for over here, and we can see that that played out really nicely. And now it's revisited that entry without yet taking out that stop. It's very interesting. So I'm just going to close that one because that's a trade that we already did. Back to the 4 hour. So this is the H12 order block long. Right? We've had that one planned for a very long time. So until price reaches that entry, you know, nothing really going on there. These short positions, I think this is off the bottom of the previous range or the midline of the range. I'd have to pull that up and check, but we can take a look at that later. What was this? Oh man, this is really funny. Oh man. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had to be in that. So to answer your question, are you entering a trade twice if you get stopped out from a manipulation wick? Well, it's not a manipulation wick. It's a part of trading. It happens all the time. It's simply, yeah, like a liquidity grab or a stop hunt, and it should be taken into consideration on your trade, right? So people who shorted here on the way down, they probably had their stops here. Well, they just got stopped out, and now we're getting, the move down, right? It was a liquidity hunt. These are very common, very normal things to happen. It's a part of trading, and you should always expect it to happen. It shouldn't be something that you shouldn't be saying, oh, it's manipulation by some whale. You would say, no, this is actually where I want to take my entry. So what they do here is liquidity builds up, and because there's a lot of liquidity in this area, or otherwise forced sellers, right? When the stops get taken, or forced buyers, I mean, this allows larger positions to get taken without slippage. If you don't understand that, that's something else that we could talk about a little bit more, perhaps in a future tutorial. But these are a part of trading. This is actually where I like to enter my trades. I like to enter, in here, right? These type of positions where you then get a move up and then a move back down. These are where I personally like to find my entries because they give you the best entries. I think this is really interesting here. This this harmonic. I don't even know when I drew this. Let's take a look here. Probably wouldn't even go that low. Okay. This harmonic is something we'll keep in mind. I'm not gonna take any action on it right now. I'm gonna review that later. All right, so we have some of our actionable trades here. Let's just see how they're looking. I'm curious to. Let's take a look at where price is now and kind of what we can expect to go, where we can go next, and which trade, which one we would be more likely to take a look at here. So on a 4-hour time frame, we're bouncing off the 55 moving average here. So that 23,500 zone. Mm-hmm. Ranging here, deviated. Okay. Take a look at the daily time frame. Can see here the 7.5 is holding as support. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I like when I look at this and I see this price action, you know, we have had this move up here. Okay. And I'm just like looking where we're at. Let's see here. This is 21.7. Yeah, that's also the daily. So this actually might be a really good point of entry here. We'll have to keep an eye out for. But like when I see this, you know, we have a low here, here, and now here to all be taken out. In my opinion, I don't think we're going to take out this high. I think that's extremely unlikely right now. I would expect maybe to go down like this and then get that move up for either continuation or then a move further down here, kind of like what we talked about. This to me, like, yeah, we're holding it as support, but I'm not gonna look at this and say, yeah, we're just gonna rip to new highs. I really don't think that's the case at all. This to me doesn't look like, yeah, I don't see it. I just don't see that, you know, for us to be ripping to new highs all of a sudden here. Yeah, everything acting as resistance here, like we talked about. Yeah, we have, so we do have that new weekly, but that's also a previous weekly, which is an SR. Price hasn't even reached that high yet. Okay. Let's take a look at some liquidity data here. Yeah, we haven't really even gotten to the main areas of liquidity yet. Let me go on the 4-hour time frame. This chart seems to be frozen. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit better. Or did we get a move up like that? No. Not sure what's going on with this chart. It's kind of acting up, but nonetheless, we can see the liquidity down here. Some hidden divergence. Hidden bearish divergence on the CVD. Let's run our liquidity here and see what we got. Yeah, we have quite a bit of positive delta, even though price really hasn't gone anywhere. I want to look at that on here. I'm going to bump this up to an hourly time frame. So we had this move down. Yeah, in this move, we could see that, you know, longs have been building up, open interest is staying flat, shorts are closing. So this was some degree of a short squeeze. Let's take a look at Binance. Yeah, massive amount of longs opened up on this move. Shorts kind of closing, nothing really. Yeah, longs have been closing all throughout here, but we had some opened here. Let's take a look. So on that swing failure, we have quite a bit of trapped longs up there that could get squeezed out. Hence the 4 billion positive delta that we have over here. We still haven't grabbed the main liquidity here. I do want to take a look at the heat map. Let's look at the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, we've had quite a bit of liquidity build up to the upside at 24,200, which is that weekly level that we had been talking about, the new weekly level that we have. Let's go to a monthly. Most of the liquidity is still, around that 20,900 level. Some stuff building up in here, but still nothing too crazy. Yeah, the majority of liquidity is definitely lower for now. Yeah, a lot of build up here. So you can see all the longs that opened up. This would bring us down to 22,800, which you could be the squeeze down. Yeah, for me again, like prices at resistance. I'm not thinking that we're gonna go higher here. I really don't. I'm not expecting like, all of a sudden to rip up higher and start making new highs. I genuinely don't think that that's the case. I would have preferred lower. Like I'm not crazy about where this kind of wound up here right now, but if you just take a look, like to me, what would be a very ideal scenario? Let's pop up that H12 order block. Something that would be really nice would be move down, consolidate, up, consolidate. Something like this to me would be I like this and it would give us, where does this bring us out to? Towards the end of March. Yeah. And this would give us some degree of like, where is it? Oh, here it is. Doing like an A, B, C, and then continuation. Doing A, B, C, and then continuation to the upside. I like that. I think that this is a great setup. Or otherwise, we're going back to the original plan, which would bring us down to, 19,200. But, until we start losing some of those major levels and start dropping heavily, like I'm not going to be too worried about that 19,200 level, but that would be, for me, that's a really key area to long. This H12 order block's a really key area to long. We have, our alerts set for these zones. So like there's no, we'll put one down here. Add an alert. When price gets down to this zone, then, I'll start looking for some kind of a long setup or start to position myself. But right now, like this to me would be really nice. Like I think that this would be a really good, I think that this would be a really nice setup to get something like this. But, right now there's nothing really actionable. Okay? So like what I mean by that is that we are positioned short. So I'm currently short from here, right? I know some people laddered in here on a short. I called out on some streams a while back. If you're still positioned in these with your stop loss like above here, there's no reason to close or change or do anything. I mean, there's not like a significant sign of strength here that says, yeah, we're gonna all of a sudden pump up higher and get this massive move to the upside, right? So like I again, I see all these messages in the Discord or people DM me about this stuff. There's really nothing going on that's new. We are literally, you look at this, we are quite literally simply range bound in this small zone here. And then if we, let's just go, let's hide some of this stuff here and let's open up our ranges. You can see like, this is our old range here. Well, we're back testing it, rejected, back testing it again. We're seeing some rejections here. So we're at resistance. You know what I mean? Like we're not we're at resistance with four almost 5 billion 4 billion positive delta built up into this, going into this resistance here. If we reject, we're gonna squeeze some of those, and maybe we'll go to the bottom of this channel here. Let's take out these lows here. And then from there maybe we can come back up and take a trade up to here like we talked about, and then finally get down to that H12 order block. Or maybe we simply fall through all of these levels and get straight to our H12 order block that we've been waiting for a while. So yeah, again, not too much has changed. I'm not taking any action. There's no actionable pieces here in my opinion. If you do want to take some degree of a short trade, I think that there kind of could have maybe sort of be one here, but it's nothing like for me that I'm not like overly interested in doing this because I'm already positioned, and I have added into my ETH short many times. So like I'm not particularly interested, but we swung above this high, took it out, liquidity grab. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4-hour closures rejecting from this high. In my opinion, I don't think it's like extremely likely that we break back up and we're back in this range all of a sudden. To me, I think that this is starting to look like a rejection. You could take some degree of an entry here, with your stop loss here and look to trade it, take profit, take profit, take profit at the top, midline, and the low of the range upon taking out these lows here. Like this is an actionable setup you could take. I'm personally not going to. I'm not like crazy over it, but I do think that this is a trade it's a viable trade to take. All right, at this point, given where we're at and what's happening with price, we can see there's a lot of trapped longs up in here. They failed to push price higher. They're at resistance. There's 4 billion positive delta looking to get squeezed. Yeah, I'm not like crazy about continuing this pump. Like I don't think that that's going to happen personally. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on this. And again, like I said, until we reach those lower prices like this H12 order block or that sort of like maybe that wedge trade or something like that, I'm just not taking any trades, right? The idea is I have a plan, I have a zone that I'm looking for, and until price reaches that zone, I'm simply not interested in trading. Now let's keep in mind, I am short from up here. I have taken profit here, and I'm looking to have my next take profit somewhere in this zone for that short trade. Okay, let's move on to ETH. ETH is a similar story. Let's take a look at the delta on ETH. Yeah, similar story on ETH. Not a whole lot's happened. We're stuck in a range, but look at the difference. When we were, we've basically been all in this same price of this range, except now, look, we have, 2 billion in positive delta. So, we have potential for some degree of a long squeeze if we start pushing that direction. I'm going to go ahead and hide this. Yeah, sort of back testing this channel. I'm really broken into it. Go ahead and hide this. Hide this. Hmm. 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 Yeah, here's the deal. I don't really like to force trades. I like to take trades that I plan on and that I see happen and I want to take them. And I've shorted, like I said, I shorted here, took profit here, here. I shorted here, took profit here. Um, at this point, I'm like, I could add more and again take profit down here and just trade this mini range. That's certainly, a valid thing to do. Because ultimately, right, with this trade, we're targeting, here and down here. Um, I'm just personally, I'm not gonna ladder anymore into my short. Um, I'm just going to hold. I'm gonna hold what I have. I have my stop loss up here. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna hold this, and again, take profit here and take profit down here. I've already laddered more into this, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. I've compounded twice now. I'm not really interested in adding more to it at this point. I'm just going to let it play out. Again, take profits here, and leave a runner for lower. So nothing has really changed with this trading plan. If you are still short in here, you're welcome to put your entry. Well, you probably wouldn't put it at, if you had it at break even, you've been stopped out at this point. I don't do that. I still have mine open with my stop loss up here. So I'm just going to stick to that, because like I said earlier, I believe that price will visit down here before it visits up here. Okay. I don't see it going like this. So that right now, that's my trading plan and I'm going to stick to it. And, like I said, we have trading plans for higher. We have a short position that we're looking to take here if we get that move up. And we have a long position down here if we do get that move down. And otherwise, we've shorted here and compounded now twice. I'm not really interested in adding any more at this point. I'm simply going to, like I said, take profit here and here on the way down. And I'm just going to let price do its thing because, again, nothing has really happened. I've already taken this trade. I've making my plan. Everything's sort of come into place. So there's really no new action piece for me. But from when I look at this here, I don't believe that we're going to have continuation to the upside. I do think that we're going to continue to see our shorts, at the very least, come down, get us our take profit, and maybe eventually have continuation to the downside. Is just the way that I personally see it. I'm curious actually. I just want to do a fixed range pull. Yeah. um Yeah, I mean, we're very simply range bound. Continue to trade the range until it breaks. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't see any reason to go crazy and think that we're gonna all of a sudden rip to new highs. And you know what? If we do, no big deal. We get stopped out. not a problem because we've already made money shorting here, and we have a new trade setup that we've been looking to take up here. So there is no downside to that, right? Let's take a look. I'm just curious again here. I want to open up. Here we go. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want to do a fixed range pull from here. Yeah, so we bounced off the point of control, the mid range of this previous range here. The val is slightly lower here, which is also, if we go ahead and hide all of this, that val is also the as some added confluence. It's also lines up at the bottom of this sort of larger uptrend channel. So again, that's why I liked this zone so much, because if this were to have played out, you can see there's just a hell of a lot of confluence down here between the val, the bottom of this wedge, the bottom of the channel here. I think that this would have provided, if it was given, this zone would have provided for a really nice, I think, bounce, maybe back up to this zone, the daily and the value area high, before then, getting that move down here, giving us again sort of this ABC formation for then another long to the upside. I think that this would have been nice. Otherwise, if none of this plays out here and we simply fall to the OB, that's great too, because we're looking to take a long position there. So yeah, I think that's I'm gonna cut it off there. Like I said, I wanted to take a look at this with you guys and see if maybe we saw some signs of strength or something happening here that we can say, oh man, maybe the plan has changed or anything like that. But I'm personally not seeing it. I don't really see any reason to be alarmed, from our shorts. Like I said, we're in some of these short positions here. I'm just holding them. I've already taken profit on them. I'm super happy with the profit I've taken. If I were to get stopped out, it's not a big deal at all. We have trade setups from higher. We have trade setups from lower. As well as this part of the range here. If we get those levels, cool. Well, that's great. We'll take the trade. But in the meantime, so as long as price sort of trends at this midline, I'm just simply not interested in taking a trade, right? I would rather see us get to, more of these higher spots. Like I don't like to trade in places where price spends a lot of time. You want to catch these spots here, right? You want to get these areas here where price doesn't spend a lot of time. These are the areas that you should look to take a trade from. You don't want to look to take a trade in the middle of, all of this mess here and everything that's going on, right? You're short from 24.4, I assume. Talking about this one. Is it still valid if we get there? I mean, if you took a short here, it's valid until your stop is hit. I assume your stop is here, and you probably targeted, I can't even remember where we had that one. Let me see if I still have it. Yeah, so, I mean, it's still valid. We're obviously targeting lower on that one. We were looking to, if I remember correctly, I would have to pull up the other part of the channel here. The charts are in the Discord, so you guys can take a look at these at any time. But if I remember correctly, we took that short with take profit here, which was hit. So here, here, and here. So we haven't hit this one, but we've hit two of our take profits on this short and are looking to trade it, down to this daily in the bottom of, or the top of this other range here, right? So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Looks like that's everything. Yeah, so yep, that looks like that covers it. If you guys have any questions, so there's just a couple very quick things. I am I'm going on holiday tomorrow. So I'll probably be, in the Discord a little bit via mobile. But I won't be as active as I normally am. Our Friday live stream is going to be canceled, and I will be back on Monday to do some chart updates. I do have alerts set, so if I get an alert for a certain trade and I do take a trade, I'll let you guys know. But I won't be around to, you know, walk you guys through kind of every step of the way. So it's important, you know, pay attention to this analysis. You know, follow my trading plan. You know, look at the charts that I've shared and posted in the Discord. You know, and be sure that you're prepared to take some of those trades. I'm probably going to do a short market update video later in the day if something changes, just to leave you guys with the most updated material that I possibly can before I go out of town. So with that said, we'll cut it off there. And like I said, if you guys have questions, today's the day to ask them because I'll be out of town for the rest of the week. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you in the Discord.